Okay, so today I'm going to be making Bofroat. That's what the Ghanaians call donuts. This is not the traditional Bofroat recipe, but it's an alternative to it, and you can't really taste the difference when you try it. So for that, you need some self-raising flour. You need roughly 3.5 cups of self-raising flour. You need 1/3 to 1/2 cup of butter or margarine. So that's roughly 75 to 100 grams. You need 1 egg. You need 2.5 cups of fresh milk. I'm using semi-skimmed milk, but the full fat milk is fine as well. You will need 1 cup sugar. The amount of sugar you need, this is just normal granulated sugar. The amount of sugar you need just depends on yourself. It depends on how sweet you want the Bofroat to be. You need between 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You need like a pinch to 1/4 teaspoon of salt. The salt just helps to balance out the taste. It actually brings out the intensity of the sugar. An optional flavoring is coconut essence, but that's optional. It just gives you a different twist to it. Okay, so what I have in the bowl, I have the self-raising flour and the butter or margarine, and I'm just mixing it together to form like the breadcrumbs. Just mix those together. So what I've done next is I've got the milk and I've added the sugar to it. I'm just gonna stir that around so the sugar dissolves.
Yeah,
and then just add roughly like a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt.
So the person should taste it and see if it's too salty or just a little bit.
Okay. So just a bit of salt to taste, and just stir this around a bit. Make sure sugar dissolves in the milk. Yeah, because I'm using fresh milk, I don't need to add any extra water. But sometimes, if you have the canned milk, evaporated milk, then you would have to add water to dilute it.
Yeah.
And as you're stirring this along, just taste it to see whether the sugar inside is to your taste. If it's too little, then add a bit more sugar to it. But I think this should be fine. Okay, so I've added some of the milk, sugar, and salt mixture to the flour, and you just stir this. We add it bit by bit, because you don't want it to be too thick or too runny. Continue to add a bit more of it in here and mix it around. So I've cracked the egg, and one egg, and I've scrambled it, and I put it into the mixture now as well. Okay, so just add like 1/2 teaspoon to
that's it.
Just have a teaspoon of vanilla. You may want to add some coconut flavoring to it as well. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm watering too much.
Okay, so we're going to add a bit more flour. Because
if it's watering, you just add a bit flour to it.
Okay, because this is too watery, so you add a bit more flour to it. Okay, so you add a bit more flour because it's too liquidy. Okay, so continue to mix this round. Okay, this mixture is too thick, so we're going to add a bit more water to this, just to thin it out a bit. Okay, so it's mixed thoroughly. So still mixing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just heating up the oil and ready to fry. Okay, so I'm just testing to see whether the oil is hot enough. Okay, normally if the oil is hot enough, as soon as you put it in,
look, it's coming up now.
It should pop up quickly.
It's popping up itself.
Yeah.
You see, it's popping up.
It comes up quickly when the oil is hot enough.
You see? It's popping up itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Okay, so this oil is hot enough. I've actually lowered it to the lowest heat setting, but obviously your stove may differ from this one. So you're just stirring it gradually so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, but if you do it in a pan like this, it will be coming out itself.
If you use a wok or or a non-stick pan to fry it.
I'm going to buy this one, the big one.
Yeah, it comes up easily. Yeah, so it's browning nicely. But I just keep on stirring it occasionally so that it gets evenly coated. Okay, so it's golden brown now. So I'm just taking it out because it continues to cook a little bit once it's out. So I'm just
I don't want it to.
Okay, so you're not trying to make it too dark. Sometimes it's not as tasty when it's very dark. So as you can see, I've changed the pan because I'm using a non-stick one. And as you can see, as you put it in, it rises quite quickly.
You see?
Compared to the other.
Because this one is silver.
Yeah, so it's good to fry this in a non-stick pan. Okay, let's see what you take it out again.
You see?
Okay. So there's some skill to actually.
More you doing it all the time, you'll be perfect.
But you can use like a spoon if you use 2 spoons.
No.
With a spoon you can't use spoon.
Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this recipe makes a lot of donuts. Bofroat, if you can see, quite a lot of them there. And like I said, the traditional Ghanaian Bofroat, that one is basically water, yeast, and flour. Sorry, water, yeast, flour, and sugar. And I'm not sure exactly the proportions. I can investigate and let you know later. But for that one, you tend to leave it overnight. You make the mixture and leave it overnight and fry it the next day. So it does take longer to prepare and make than this one.